What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm actually pretty excited for this one. I scoured the internet, which mainly consists of a Reddit thread and a website that I forget, but I'll throw it on the screen. And I essentially found the weirdest Batman merchandise that I could find. You know, just some of the weirdest stuff, compiled it into a folder, and we're gonna look at it. I'm gonna talk about it, and we're gonna decide whether or not it deserves the coveted Uncommon Collins seal of approval. If you like this video, make sure to let me know and consider subscribing. I genuinely appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get into it. I have 4 categories here: toys, clothes, food, and then miscellaneous, you know, your random goodies. But I figured we'd start with toys. I tried not to include too many, but there's a lot of really weird Batman toys. I could honestly do a video just on super weird Batman toys. Anyway, it was hard to make a, video about Batman merchandise without including at least a few. So we're gonna start with this Lego set. It's a discontinued, like, Bionicle style buildable Batman. What's funny is I actually went to a secondhand comic and collectible shop not too long ago and saw parts of this. It wasn't complete, and I honestly, if it had been complete, I maybe would have bought it because of just how weird it is, but it was missing like a good amount of the bits. Anyway, this is a buildable Batman action figure with a Thanos style double-edged sword. I guess it could be like meant to represent a batarang, but it's very much just a double-bladed sword. And then he's got like a Blue Beetle-esque back thing. I guess it's meant to represent like the bat wings. It just doesn't work very well, in my opinion, and I loved Bionicles. I can't think of a kid that grew up in my generation that didn't love Bionicles. For a Batman Bionicle, it's kind of cool, right? But I don't get the sword and the weird back thing. I'm not a huge fan of this one. That being said, I did admit that if it were complete, I would have bought it. So I do think that fact alone gives it the Uncommon Collins seal of approval. Alright, so we're gonna move right on here. This is also Lego-ish. I really wasn't able to find much on this. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't search super hard. I saw this and my reaction to it was, yikes. That's gotta go in the video. It, is like a Lego Batman and Catwoman from the, it's like Michael Keaton. It's got Michael Keaton's, like, he's got like the purse. He just wants a kiss. He wants a bat kiss is what it is. Also, Catwoman's doing like a pose, you know what I mean? Lego figures, I don't know. Maybe they're not supposed to, it looks like they're supposed to be Lego figures, right? But maybe they're, something else. It's very strange. They're very scary. This Batman terrifies me. I'm gonna be honest. This is the most, like, unsettling Batman face I think I've ever seen, ever. I don't know. I hate it. So for that reason alone, I had to put it in the video. But if I saw these, I think I would have to stay as far away from them as possible. They do not receive my seal of approval. I cannot, in good faith, accept these. Look at her. I just noticed her little claw. Her hand on her whip has like little claws. It's so weird. Why would you put claws if there's no finger nubs? I don't like anything about this. Nothing about this is good. Get this out of here. So I tried to mainly include officially licensed Batman stuff, or as far as I can tell, officially licensed. If I get something wrong and you see something that's not officially licensed, my intention was to only include officially licensed merchandise. However, I found this image while looking for, stuff to include for this video. And it's very clearly a knockoff. This can't be officially licensed, right? But what the hell is going on? It looks like he's got like a starfish or something on his face. I also love that he's got his hands up. He looks afraid. This Batman figure looks scared. It looks like it knows that it's been picked up by a large creature that could destroy it. You know what I mean? And it's just afraid. It's like surrendering. No. Wait. It's great. I honestly, if I saw this in a toy bin. Like, this guy is like digging obviously through like a collectibles toy bin or whatever. If I saw this in one of those, I would buy it. I would have to. There's no way there's no way I couldn't. So yeah, it gets the Uncommon Collins seal of approval. This thing's fucking hilarious. All right, so up next, I have a little 3-pack. We're gonna do these Kenner Batman alternate suits. I don't know how else to put them, but they're like, you know, weird. Like, they're very action figure-y. You know, they got all the extra stuff. It's like stuff that obviously Batman would never, you know, have like in a movie, or like maybe in some comics you'd have something similar. But I mean, like, this is very action figure-y, right? This one that I'm looking at here specifically is this like rocket launcher. He's got a giant claw thing. Not only does he have a giant claw thing in his hand, but also on his back. Very weird. The shin guards are kind of cool. I won't lie, I kind of fuck with the shin guards. The chest guard is weird too. It looks like a series of claw mechanisms. I'm not sure I understand. And there's like a weird, it looks like Cyclops's eye guard is on his forehead. Not about that. Don't like that at all. This is called Drill Cannon Batman is what this one is, and I'm not about this. It's cool. I mean, for the nostalgia factor maybe, but it's not like the most atrocious thing I've ever seen, but it doesn't earn the seal of approval for me. All right, next up in our little Kenner group here. This one's actually kind of sick. So this one is I think it's called Psionic Attack Batman or something like that, or Psionic Grab Batman. He's got like these really cool like actual bat-like wings. Very sick. The purple with the black and the red is honestly really cool. The grabby hands are like, it's weird, but something about it is just kind of sick. Like, I imagine it extending from a mechanism on his wrist. I don't know. I would honestly, I gotta say, if I saw this, I would probably buy it. It's pretty cool. You know, and this all depends on like prices and stuff. It's not like I'm gonna like spend exuberant amounts. I'm just saying, like, the seal of approval is really kind of arbitrary. It's more like if I like it or not, rather than if I would purchase the thing. But I would give this a seal of approval. I think this is pretty cool. For like an alternate, you know, action figure-y Batman, it's pretty sick, right? I don't know. I kind of fuck with it. All right. And lastly, I think this is a one of these Kenner ones. I'm not 100% sure. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But this one is Laser Launcher Attack Batman or something. I don't know. They all had those weird, like, you know, very action figure-y, those kind of like weird names. But this one I felt was just super unsettling. It looks like Batman's suit got like popcorn eyes. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I guess it's supposed to be like an insulated, I don't even know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't understand what this is supposed to be. It just looks like they put bad Spider-Man webbing on a Batman suit, but then made it like over textured. Does that make sense? Like, they made the lines too deep, and so he's got like bubbles on him. It's super weird. Like, especially on this arm, I don't get what this is supposed to do. His face looks bad. Look, he looks scared. This is another one that looks scared. He looks like he just witnessed something so shocking. And maybe it's just the poor quality photo. This doesn't do it for me. This is bad. I don't vibe with this one. I don't like the puffy suit. No thank you.
No thanks, bro.
All right, we got two more in our toy category here, and this one is quite strange. I found this on Reddit. So I guess this is a water gun, and you fill the the back and you squeeze the trigger, and then the water comes out of Batman's mouth. It's I don't really know how to go about it. It's super weird, right? Like, there's no other way to put this. Is the weirdest thing I think ever. I guess like a Batman water gun, like a Batman themed water gun, isn't the most outlandish idea in the world, right? But to make it actually Batman himself bent over in this weird position, it doesn't look comfortable to hold. I don't want to shoot water at my friends out of Batman's mouth. I just don't. This is just super weird. I don't like it. In his face, man. It's so weird. Not approved from me. I'm sorry, Mr. Batman water gun, but I can't, in good conscience, allow you to exist. All right, and last but not least, we have one of the worst Pez dispensers in the world. So I don't know if this was like a mistake, or this one just specifically had the paint wear off in the face area or something, but the eyes are very clearly like left open to where they could be white, you know, but they're skin colored, which makes it super weird. It makes it look like Batman just doesn't have eyes. They're just, or maybe they're closed. Even then, like, they should be the plain white, you know? I don't know. It just looks weird. I'm not sure what year this is actually from. It looks to be old. It also just looks off and bad, and I'm not a fan of it. I don't know if anybody even collects Pez dispensers anymore. Does anybody even collect Pez dispensers? They still sell them in Walmart. I see them all the time, but like, does anyone even buy them? Who, I mean, besides a kid, you know, like little kids and like the little candies that are chalky as hell anyway, but like, who collects Pez dispensers anymore? I don't know. I would not purchase this though, or want this in my house. It looks like a totem of evil. With the weird fucking eyes. I hate it. Disapproved. Alright, and that wraps it up for our toy section. We're steamrolling through these. So we're gonna move on to my clothes and accessories section. And this one is actually pretty neat because two of these I have or have had. And the first one is this Batman Snuggie right here. So one of my D&D friends actually got me this for, I think it was my birthday a year or two ago, but it's just a Batman Snuggie, you know? It makes it, you know, you put your arms in the sleeves and it makes it look like, you know, you got Batman's torso on you. It works as a blanket. I've used it a couple times, but I don't use blankets that much unless it's like the comforter when I go to bed. But it's pretty cool, and I think it's pretty funny. I don't know, it just reminds me of like those aprons that make it look like you like have like a big muscle chest or something. It's like that, but a blanket. It's all right, you know. I give it the seal of approval, having actually owned it. This next one, I didn't know whether to put this one in the miscellaneous section or this accessory section, but I threw it in here just to kind of even them out. This is the Batman Dr. Squatch soap that they made. So they made a soap called the Batman Brick and one called the Riddler Enigma. And so my fiance had actually bought me this online whenever they were doing this promotion, because I don't even think you can get it anymore. But it honestly was nice. I mean, I use Dr. Squatch soaps, not sponsored or anything, but I've used them for a little bit now, and they smelled good. I think the Batman one smelled like leather or something. It was like leather and something else, and then I forget what the Riddler one, or the Riddler one was a mystery. You're supposed to like try to figure out what it smelled like. I don't know, but it smelled good, and they worked, you know, as far as soaps go. That being said, super weird to do a collaboration, you know, Batman with soap. But yeah, having used this and enjoyed it, I'll give it my seal of approval. It was pretty good, you know, pretty good soaps. Would wash my naked body with them again. Also, Dr. Squatch, if you want to pay me to do an ad, I would do it. Okay, so moving on, we're going to go to this Batman fragrance. If I understand correctly, it's a candle, a fragrance, like a, you know, a body spray, and then something else. I'm not sure what the other thing is, but this is another, the Batman tie-in. Again, super weird. And I think the candle, I read a little bit about it. It is also like leather scented or something like that. Super out of left field to have a Batman scented candle. I'm not sure, but I mean, it looks cool. You know, I've never smelled it. I feel like with a candle, to know if it is good or not, you would have to smell it, right? Based on like vibes alone, this is pretty cool. And it gets my seal of approval. I'd put the candle somewhere. I'd probably use the cologne or the fragrance. I don't know if it's a perfume, whatever. It just says fragrance, so who cares? Maybe it's for anybody. I don't know. I'd sniff it for sure. Maybe it smells wonderful. All right, moving on. These are all, you know, very recent collaborations with the most recent Batman movie, but they made a fossil watch, which honestly pretty cool. I'm not a huge watch guy, so, you know, maybe this is like a really dumb take, but my main critique of this fossil watch is that I think that it should be red on black instead of this like green, because I get it, you know, like you want to be able to have like the most visibility on top of the black, right? So you can like read the watch, but the movie's colors were red and black, and you're halfway there. I mean, I feel like you have to fully commit at that point. That aside, pretty cool watch. If someone bought me this watch, I'd wear it, show it off a little bit, you know, be iced out a little bit when I hit the club, when I hit my dance. All right, anyway, so also Fossil did a Batman backpack. They did one for the Batman, and then they did one that's like a throwback to classic Batman. Both are, you know, pretty neat. I honestly think that the one for the Batman just overall looks cleaner. The one for that's like a throwback has a bunch of like imprints on the leather. Maybe it looks better in person, but in this photo, I'm not huge on it. I do like the little keychain that they give you, this little cute little Batman keychain. He's swinging. Ooh. Overall, I mean, they're both pretty cool. I'd give them the seal of approval. If I saw somebody wearing this out and about, I'd be like, hey, that's pretty cool. Moving on. We'll move right down the list. We've got a little more Batman bling here. So this, I couldn't really find, like, if this was a sale listing or something somewhere. I don't really know what this is, but it's like a strange photo compilation of Batman jewelry. And, you know, some of these you have to think are real, right? And so I included it, and we're gonna act like it's credible and real because that's how I want to do this. Right off the bat, these earrings are really cool. This Lego Batman gold chain is absolutely crazy. I think that if I saw someone legitimately wearing the Lego Batman gold chain, I'd have to, you know, all props, all respect immediately, because that's cool as hell. This one sucks. If you get caught wearing this, it's over for you. You should just pack it up and go home. This one's kind of cool. It's not like, you know, as iced out as the gold plated Lego Batman, but it's not bad, you know. But this one, just terrible. I think this is an anklet with like several charms on it. They appear to be from the 60s Batman. That's kind of cool, you know. I'm not really an anklet guy. We've got this necklace, which is, I think it's a necklace. I don't know. I could be wrong, but pretty sick. We got this cool ring. This kind of looks like if the Flash had his ring with his suit in it, but it was a bat suit. And I kind of fuck with that. I think that that's cool. But yeah, I mean, overall, this gets my seal of approval. There's some really solid pieces in here. There's some that suck, mainly this creepy guy, but I mean, some of them are really cool. So yeah, I mean, I fuck with it. All right, last but not least, for our clothing and accessories, we have some Batman themed high heel. I saw these and I immediately was like, I gotta put these in because the basic, you know, black with the bat symbol on it isn't awful. You could work with that, right? This one on the end is the one that I really wanted to talk about. This Batman Brave and the Bold purple, still, I think this is ugly as hell. I'm sorry. I like this Batman design. I mean, I'm not knocking the Batman, the Brave and the Bold Batman design. It's great. However, this shoe is completely uncalled for. And so are these bedazzled Biff Kapow over Gotham City. It's unbearably bad. I think if I legitimately saw someone out and about wearing this, I would question a lot of their other choices, you know, because this is terrible. This is absolutely hideous. But this has been Colin's Fashion Corner. And these shoes do not get my seal of approval. Absolutely not.
Look at this. It's hideous.
All right. And so that wraps up our clothes and accessories folder. We have two more. We're going to move on to food. There's not a lot of Batman food collaborations, but a few of them are a little surprising. So I figured we would start with this Justice League. It's not really, you know, I cheated a little bit. I'm sorry. Sound the cheater alarm. It's not really only Batman, it's Justice League. So Wonder Woman and Superman are there as well, but it's hot chocolate with like marshmallows, right? Or no, I think it's just the marshmallows for a hot chocolate. However, characters are represented just by color swirls, and they're all combinations of three colors. It's either blue, red, or yellow, right? So Batman is like a swirl of blue and yellow, Wonder Woman's red and yellow, and then Superman's red and blue, right? This is weird. Why? Oh no, it is hot cocoa with marshmallows. It says it right there on the box.
You dumb as hell.
Anyway, I don't get it. I don't get why do this. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to do like a Justice League hot cocoa. And one of these colors, like, how do they I guess red and blue kind of represents, you know, it's like the main colors of Superman. But like this Batman design is not blue and gray. So you can't even be like, oh, yellow and blue because Batman is blue. Like this Batman design is the gray and black suit. So you can't even say that it like, and Wonder Woman, I don't know. It doesn't work. None of this works for me. This does not, they were lazy on this. This does not give my seal of approval. Try harder, Swiss Miss, okay? You should definitely try harder at a lot of things, but mainly your freaking hot chocolate bullshit, okay? All right, so we're gonna move on to the Batman themed Oreos. I never saw these in stores or anything, but if I had, I would have bought a box because look at, they have like Batman on the front of them, and that honestly isn't bad. It's kind of cool, you know? Like it's not a bad looking little Batman design. It's for being printed onto a fucking cookie. I would have tried them. They're just Oreos, right? Oreos are good. I'm gonna give it my seal of approval because it's just an Oreo. But yeah, I mean, I could see Batman sitting in the Batcave just munching on these. You know, he's got Alfred bringing him a plate of like 12 Oreos just in a pile and like a glass of milk. I'd buy them. All right, so anyway, moving on. This one is Batman ice cream. So it's Dark Knight Brownie Bite, which the name, okay, pretty good. I'll give it to you. Dark Knight Brownie Bite. That's pretty good. I'm not huge on like over chocolatey ice creams. I know that's, you know, a lot of people love freaking chocolate ice cream, and that's fine. But I'm just, when it's too much chocolate, it's too much. And I feel like this would be too much. You know, the container itself is kind of cool. I'm not sure what ice cream company this is. I haven't been able to find a brand. It's not like a reputable like Ben and Jerry's or anything, like, you know what I mean? You know, maybe it's good. I'd try it. I'll give it my seal of approval. I'd give it a try. Why not? You know, who doesn't like ice cream? You know what I'm saying? Come on. Moving on, we have Chef Boyardee. This is another multiple DC heroes. But this is Chef Boyardee pasta and meatballs. And so the pasta shapes are like the Supergirl symbol, the bat symbol, and then the Flash's little lightning bolt. Again, super weird mashup. I don't know what's the correlation between DC and Chef Boyardee. I'm gonna be honest with you, this is a personal bias thing. I don't like these microwaved like pasta and meatballs and stuff. I don't know why, they all kind of taste like vomit to me. SpaghettiOs in particular. If you know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments below, but SpaghettiOs taste like vomit. And I know these aren't SpaghettiOs, and that's like a different company in general, I think, but I'm totally ex-naying all of these. They just are all kind of weirdly gross to me. I've never had one that I've liked. You know what I mean? I've had some that are tolerable, some that taste like actual puke, but I've never like genuinely liked any of these, and I don't think that Batman is gonna make me like them. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunately, I can't award this one the seal of approval. So sorry, Chef Boyardee. I know that's a little upsetting for you, but you have to get over it, buddy. Moving on, we have the General Mills Batman v Superman promotion cereal. And you know, this is another thing that I feel like I would have seen on like a store shelf, but I never saw this. I would have tried it. Chocolate strawberry seems to be the flavor of the Batman one, and then the Superman one is caramel crunch. I don't know if it's just me, but it looks kind of good, especially the Batman one here. I'd try it. Maybe the cereal would be better than the movie, because the movie was not good, but maybe the cereal was good. Who knows? Honestly, I doubt it. Caramel Crunch cereal doesn't sound very good. I'd give it my seal of approval. I'd try it. All right. Last but not least, for our food category, we have the Batman energy drink. Now, I wasn't able to find a flavor. I tried to kind of look into it to see what flavor it was, but unfortunately, I don't know if it like even, you know, has a named flavor. It says up here, Panty Pant. I don't know if that's like a different language, because down here is in English. I don't know what Panty Pant is, but I don't think that that's the flavor. However, based on it not having a listed flavor, and I also, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really like energy drinks. I'm more of a coffee guy. If I need like a caffeine kick, I'd rather go for like a coffee. I'm not gonna be able to give this a seal of approval just because it's so ominous. This just looks like it shouldn't be consumed. The color palette says to me, don't drink this. And then what? I'm sorry. Someone tell me in the comments, what is Panty Pant? I want to know what that means and why it's on there. I didn't notice that was there until I did the recording, because I found these like a little bit ago and I'm just now re-looking at them, so it's like kind of fresh. And I didn't notice that it said Panty Pant. What is that? Not approved is what it is. I'll tell you that. So that does it for food. Pretty cool. We have our final category. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that we've had fun thus far, because we're going to get into the weird stuff that I couldn't really put in the other categories. So let's kick us off with some furniture. This right here is a Batman leg lamp. I don't know if it's like supposed to be a joke on, you know, A Christmas Story or whatever with like the leg lamp.
The snap of a few sparks, a quick whiff of ozone, and the lamp blazed forth in unparalleled glory.
Oh, look at that! Will you look at that? Isn't that glorious? It's indescribably beautiful. It reminds me of the 4th of July.
I don't think so. I think it's just someone tried to make a cool lamp and use Batman's leg, I guess. I don't know. It's very weird, though. All I can think of is A Christmas Story, though. It needs, like, the stockings under the bat boot. Like the fishnets. You know, but it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. I would put it in a kid's room if it was given to me, I guess, but I don't think that I would like buy it. This isn't something that'd be like, oh, I gotta have that and like own it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And like look at it. I don't know. It's weird. I'm not huge on it. Moving on from our bat leg lamp, we have this really awesome Batman race car bed. And I know that this is for a child. This is very clearly a twin size bed for a child. However, if I were a single man and I didn't have a fiance or a family of any kind, I would not hesitate for an instant to buy this Batmobile race car bed and stick it in my studio apartment. You gotta be kidding me, bro. This is awesome. And like, I know there's gonna be people that are like, oh, you're a man child. Come on, fuck you, dude. Look at this. This is so cool. How are you gonna look at this and not think this is the coolest thing ever? I know I'm fighting an imaginary person right now. But seriously, this thing rocks. Like, this is one of the coolest beds I think I've ever seen. And I think once I have a big enough house to have like an office, I'll throw in the Batman race car bed just for me. You know, why not? Who's gonna tell me no? You know, I guess my fiance could tell me no. She's really the only one, I guess, that could really, because I'd have to, you know, spend our money on it to buy. But even that, you know, hey, I'll die on this hill. Well, I gotta move on. I can't talk about the Batmobile bed anymore. I'm gonna get in trouble. All right, so next up, we have this Batman themed car seat. And I wanted to include this because I have a baby on the way. Very soon, me and my fiance will have a newborn child, which, you know, is very exciting and whatnot. And we were looking online at baby stuff. And me being the massive dork I am, I wanted to get her a few Batman themed items, right? And this was one of the items that I found. This is another reason why I wanted to make the video in general, because this car seat is just genuinely so upsetting to look at. And I don't even think that it's the fact that like his body is the seat. In reality, you are sitting in Batman's lap, but we can look past that. What I don't like the most is Batman's face. He looks so upset. And like, you know, it's Batman, you know what I mean? Like, he's never like a jovial guy, but this is a kid's car seat. They have Batman smile sometimes, you know what I mean? Especially like on kids products. Give him a smile or something. Why does he look so pissed off? It looks like you're setting the child into the car seat and Batman wants to kick the shit out of you for it. I feel like this would scare a kid. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong and maybe kids are more resilient, but I feel like this would scare a kid. This does not get my seal of approval. And I also hate his hands. Can we talk about how the cup holders are his hands? They're scary and weird. His little like hot dog fingers. I hate it. Get it out of here. It's bad. Alright, so next up, I debated not putting this in the video because of how blurry the picture is, but this is like a Walmart Batman piñata. The person must have been running from some kind of beast or cryptid while they were trying to take this photo, but Batman's face is like a printed, pasted on image, right? Again, and I mean, this one is a little bit more forgivable because you're going to be beating it with a stick, but he looks so mad. This Batman in particular looks like he is about to hit you. The other one looked generally kind of peeved about the situation. He was like, man, I don't really want to be doing this. But this one is like, I'm about to physically harm you. You cannot escape. There's nowhere you can go. I'm going to hurt you. Like, that's the vibe that this Batman puts off. And I'm sorry, but like, for a piñata? Come on, you're ruining that kid's birthday. Not approved. Try harder on your Batman piñatas, all right? This one is a weird one. I guess it's kind of cheating because it's not really like a piece of merchandise. It's actually a DC animated movie, but I included Batman Ninja into this list because it just feels like a weird piece of obscure Batman merchandise, right? Despite it being a movie. And what's cool is I think we're actually getting a sequel to this. A lot of people had problems with this movie, and I can understand a lot of the criticisms, but I did enjoy this movie, and I'm excited to see what they do with the sequel because it's supposedly going to have like some more Justice League members and whatnot. not. Maybe I'll make a video on it when it comes out. But this movie just feels so different than every other Batman movie in the DC like animated universe, because I think they gave it to like a different studio, you know what I mean, to animate it. I think it was a Japanese anime studio, if I'm remembering correctly. I could be wrong. It's super cool, and it gets my seal of approval for sure. Yeah, it just is like an obscure DC animated movie. If you haven't seen it, you should go watch it. It's definitely not perfect. It's a little out there, but it's worth a watch. All right, so moving on from Batman Ninja, I found some mugs. We're gonna start with this Funko Pop Batman mug. And I included this because I think most people agree that the Funko Pop design only works for certain characters. It's not universal. That being said, I do think that Batman is one of the only characters that the Funko Pop design actually kind of works for in certain circumstances. I don't really love this mug. I think that it's too squished, and I get that that's how the Funko Pop's heads are designed. It's too short. For a mug, it needs to be taller. I'm not huge on it, but I mean, it's kind of cute. I'll be honest. I don't hate it. It's not the worst mug ever, and I think that there's worse things you can do with a Batman mug, as we're about to discuss. So I'm gonna give this one the seal of approval. It's kind of cute, He's a cute little guy. All right, last but not least, our final item on this list, and I saved it because it is quite possibly my least favorite piece of Batman merchandise I have ever seen. So this is a mug. It's like a beer stein. You know what I mean? Like a tankard. Big manly mug. But look at how ugly this thing is. Like, they tried to do like an embossed Batman on the front. Doesn't really work. I think this just looks ugly as hell. The indented bat symbols all over it look awful. And the city under it is like, it's too busy. All of that that I just told you that I dislike about this mug, I could get over if the handle wasn't so god awful. They tried to do something cool with Batman like running, but it looks like shit. I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't look that bad, right? Maybe it looks like shit is a bit harsh, but how could you hold this comfortably? I can't foresee a way to hold this like running Batman figurine attached to a mug and then like use the mug. Like, if there's something hot in here, there's no way that you're holding the handle to take a drink of it because of how uncomfortable. Look at that. How are you gonna wrap your hand around this? It's pointy. He's got his little arm out. It's awful. There's also a Superman version, which is equally as bad. I don't get, how are you going to hold this? I mean, the Superman on the front looks significantly better. I'll be honest. I actually like this design better. I don't like all the logos behind him. Like, it's the same problem with the Bat logos. It makes it look too busy. But the Superman design and the Metropolis with the Daily Planet, pretty cool. I won't lie. The mug part, I like significantly better. But the handle is just as atrocious. How are you supposed to hold this and use it? And maybe I'm making a big deal out of like a molehill. If I had it and put my hand in it, and maybe I could hold it, it would be the most comfortable thing in the world. Who knows? But from looking at it, it looks bad. And it looks so uncomfortable to hold. I can't imagine a world where this is actually like comfortable to hold in your hand and use as a mug. So both, well, I mean, the Superman one's not really on the list, but this Batman running mug, I mean, this thing's just ugly as hell. I just reopened the image as I was looking at the Superman one, and it re-hit me how ugly this mug is. It does not get my seal of approval at all. It is bad. I hate this mug.
Shut the hell up, bitch. Go kill yourself. Go sit in the middle of the road and let a car run over you.
All right, but anyway, that was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed my little, collection of weird merchandise I gathered. If you want to see me do this again, I probably will do this again. I'll be honest, I have another few ideas. I think Spider-Man might be next. So if you want to see that, be sure to hit like and subscribe. Each like that you give me is one fisharoo for my basket. And I'm trying to feed my hungry kids and my fish wife. So you gotta give me those fishes. I really need them. Make sure to click that like button up and just give me a bunch of fishes, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video.